What's up guys, Peter here from Reviews on Anything, and as you can probably guess by now, we're looking at a flashlight in this video. This is the NITECORE MH27, which is a 1000 lumens flashlight with 3 colored LEDs, made out of super high quality material with USB charging and a lot of functionality built in. It's one of the most versatile flashlights that NITECORE sells. Obviously NITECORE is known for rugged, high quality flashlights, and this is certainly no exception. It's really powerful, 1000 lumens like I said, but the 3 colored LEDs that I'll show later really do add a lot of functionality, making this ideal for anybody from hunting to law enforcement to people that just work in dark areas. A really versatile flashlight, which we're going to take a closer look at now and see what is what exactly, and if it is really as good as they promise it is. Alright, so here we are up close with the NITECORE MH27. Now a quick look around the flashlight itself. It's not very big, as you can see, compared to my hands. It's all metal, so that's really nice. Starting at the top, it has a nice extra ring to protect the glass, so you can actually put it on like so, no problem. And also when you bump into things, it's nice to have the little extra protection. Then we have the sort of heat sink area here, with a warning that it might get hot. Obviously you can imagine with 1000 lumens it produces a bit of heat, but thanks to some smart temperature management functionality inside, this won't overheat and it'll actually adjust its output according to the circumstances, so that's quite nice. But the light can still get slightly warm. Then we have the toggle buttons here to switch between the different modes, and the slim sort of underbody where the battery lives, obviously. On the back, actually in the middle, we have the tactical ring as well, if you want to mount it on something. And then here on the back we have the power button, which is a 2-stage button. You can just you press it slightly and the light goes on, and let it go and it goes off right away. So it's when you want to do some signaling maybe. Or you can press it obviously completely for the light to stay on. Then you have some extra loops here for a lanyard that is also included in the packaging. Speaking of which, this is also included. It's a nice heavy-duty sort of carry strap, I suppose, that you can strap on a belt or hang on a backpack or anything else. There's another lanyard included, and also some replacement rubber caps here for the charging area. That is obviously a feature of this flashlight. It has micro USB charging. If you open this up, it reveals the charging port, which is quite nice. It is IP8 waterproof and submersible till 2 meters, so you know it'll work in pretty much any circumstance that you might encounter. Now, who is this light for? NITECORE says it is aimed at hunting and law enforcement, which is true. I'll show you different modes later, but it has a blue and red flashing light, so you know that makes sense for law enforcement. And thanks to the colored LEDs that we'll get to, it is also very suitable for hunting and situations where you don't want to give away position, produce low light, and so on. And obviously, thanks to the awesome metal build quality, it'll really serve you well in any kind of rugged environment. It actually has a drop test height for 1.5 meters as well, so it's a light that you can throw around a little bit and use and abuse without any trouble. We'll start with full force beam on setting. We cycle down, further down, and even further down. Then we get to the colors: red, green, and blue. Then we move on to the special operations by pressing and holding the buttons together. And we have the strobe, we have the beacon mode, and we have the automatic SOS mode. And if we go back to the other end, we have the flashing red. This is the flashing law enforcement, red and blue. Just blue. And that's it. Now, to give you a few statistics about the light, maximum output is 1000 lumens, like I said already, with a maximum beam distance NITECORE claims of over 460 meters. And a maximum runtime, if you put it on the absolute lowest setting, of 28 hours. The LED itself, the main LED, is the Cree XPL High V3 with an SMO reflector around it, which obviously creates that nice long beam. The primary beam color is obviously white light, white LED light, with 3 additional LEDs around. Size-wise, it is 154 millimeters by 40 millimeters on the far end, and it weighs only 170 grams. So it's not, you know, the lightest flashlight in the world, but it's definitely very portable. Now, the main attraction of this flashlight is obviously its versatility with the 3 extra built-in LEDs. I hope you can see that properly. The design is made in such a way that the toggle buttons here on the top are easy to press and easy to find, even when you're wearing gloves. So that's, you know, especially important for people in law enforcement, for example, that are likely to wear gloves when they're out and about. So that is a good feature, and actually the whole thing has a good grip on it, so it's definitely not something that will slip out of your hand. But yeah, the 3 extra lights give it a lot of versatility. So let's go through them quickly. Here you have the, you know, normal white beam, and when you cycle back through the modes, you can see that the beam dims. And there we go with the red LED, the green one, and the blue one, which all serve, you know, obviously a different kind of purpose. Red might be for low light when you want to read a map or something, whereas blue, for example, is good for search, maybe blood traces, even when you're in a law enforcement situation. But yeah, the colors give a very versatile and very broad spectrum of ways that you can use this light, which is quite nice. And thanks to the easy operability, you know, it's very easy to switch between the modes, you know, depending on what you need at that time. Obviously, there is the intelligent memory function that almost all NITECORE flashlights have, that it will go back to the mode where you left it when you turn it on, when you turn it off and turn it back on. So that is always nice as well. Now, this is certainly not a cheap flashlight. If you look on Amazon, you'll find that it's about 120 euros here in Germany, you know, which is a lot of money for a flashlight. But your money will buy you a flashlight, I would almost say the only flashlight you'll ever need. With 1000 lumens, it's easily powerful enough for any kind of situation, even when you're in a professional environment like law enforcement, but also when you're a hunter or just a casual camper. This really is all you need. Size-wise, it's perfect for pocketability, and with the you know, additional carry pouch that you can strap it on your belt or a backpack, that's awesome. The functionality with the different colored lights are pretty nice as well. You can imagine when you're hunting, you want to read a map, for example, then, you know, it's very nice to have that option to go for a very low white light or just red light. The special features mode, it's useful, I suppose, but you won't use them that often, which is, you know, probably why they're special. So they're easy accessible by pressing both buttons, but they're out of the way in your sort of everyday use, so you don't have to cycle through them at all times. I like it a lot. It's a very confidence-inspiring light, thanks to the weights, thanks to the materials, and obviously thanks to the NITECORE brand, which is a brand you can certainly trust when it comes to flashlights. Is it the most powerful light in the world? Absolutely not. 1000 lumens, you know, it's a powerful light for sure, but there's definitely a lot of lights, even in the NITECORE's own lineup, that are much more powerful. So if you're looking for, you know, super high output, then you have to look further. But for its size, its price, and its battery life, I think 1000 lumens is more than sufficient for this light. And especially, you know, it depends on how dark your environment is, but 1000 lumens, you know, is certainly plenty. For law enforcement purposes, that's the last comment. Obviously, you want to use this as a weapon. That doesn't really work. Then you really want a flashlight, you know, much bigger than this. So it is really for tactical use. This is Peter from Reviews on Anything, with a look at the NITECORE MH27 Flashlight. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers!